Hello, my name is Soliday, and I will be talking about Chapter 3 of the book. So the chapter's main name is Confronting Others' Violations, and the very beginning talks about how it's a full-time job just to be mindful of your own ethical decisions, and the main focus of the chapter was, but what do you do if you happen to encounter somebody who is being unethical or displays unethical behavior? So it talks about a person named David Calvert, and he is a freelance professional photographer, or he does photojournalism. And he went to a sporting event, and he sat behind another experienced freelance photographer, but he noticed that he manipulated a photo using Photoshop. And David Calvert knew that this was unethical, that you shouldn't do that, and that kind of just went against everything that he has been taught or told growing up and doing everything with photojournalism. But when he first noticed that, he didn't really do anything about it. And then the next day he seen where it was on the wire, where it was displayed on either a website or a newspaper. And he noticed it, and he was mad because, he seen where it was displayed and it wasn't right. So then he sat behind him again the next day, and he noticed that he manipulated another photo. But this time he caught him in the act. He recorded it, but he recorded it just to show his friend, like, wow, like, look at what this person did. He wasn't really going to do anything serious with it, like tell on him at first. But he seen, the next day where that same photo that was manipulated was posted again. But before he thought about doing anything, someone else discovered that the photo was manipulated, and the main photo editor and the newspaper editor, believed the person, and basically, I guess, punished the freelance photographer. And then the freelance photographer actually lied. And he said, yeah, he was like, I did do that, but it was by mistake. I was just showing somebody how you take a person out of a photo, and that's like it's real easy to manipulate photos. So in that sense, the person was unethical because he lied, and said that he didn't mean to do it when in reality he did. And then it kept going, and David Calvert basically was mad because he lied about it, and not because they used his photo, which, I mean, obviously that was unethical for him, but he also was mad that he lied. And then, after being punished, he kept doing whatever he kept doing. So David Calvert decided to do something about it, but he didn't know what he wanted to do exactly. He didn't know if he wanted to not do anything because he didn't want that, that public publicity on him and let the person keep doing it, or if he should tell on him and just get the public publicity and be known for taking down a freelance photographer. And after a while, he decided to contact his friend who worked at the same company that the manipulator of the photos worked at, and he told him the information and sent him the video. And with that, he said that he can do with whatever he wants to do with that. But David Calvert just wanted to let him know. He didn't want to have the publicity, or he didn't want to tell on nobody, but he just let somebody that worked for the company know. So the person that worked at the company, he took the information, and with that information, he told the main publishers or the news editors and told them that and showed them the video. And then the main freelance photographer basically got punished. All of his photos were taken down, and he was fired. And that showed David Calvert that he did the right thing, obviously, because the person was fired, and that was really unethical and against the rules and codes, I guess, in the photojournalism world. And that's what I got from this chapter. And I believe that this chapter can tell you a lot, because it tells us that we should tell on someone who is being unethical, during work or during business, because if we're going to be working, and we have to pertain to the rules and remain ethical, then others should too. So it teaches us that we should point out people who are being unethical, that we should point out these people, and we should let people know, like, hey, this is unethical, this isn't right, and you shouldn't do this. And I believe there are different ways to do that. You could do it the way David Calvert did, which was to notify somebody else, and then that person can do whatever they please with the information, as long as you get it off. Or I feel like you could just tell the main people that are above them instantly, like, hey, I seen this happens. then y'all can do whatever you want with that, or you could do nothing at all with it. Which I believe probably shouldn't be something that you should do, but I mean, if you really want, just cannot just tell anybody and just know that the person's being unethical, I guess you could, and let somebody else find out eventually. But either way, if you see someone being unethical, I believe that you should tell on the person, because you yourself have to remain ethical, that you have to do the right thing, so shouldn't everybody else that is in that main category or business or anything along those lines. And that's basically what I learned from this chapter, and it helps me because, I always believe that I'm a really nice guy, and in this generation nowadays, snitches, as they per se, are people that really aren't looked upon. But I feel like in these cases, when it, affects you or your business or the things the things you see in your ethics, then that you should definitely tell. And that's basically all that I got from this chapter. And you should do that ethical things, whether it's based on you or other people. And that's all I got. Peace.